kind of like pooped. But we're back. Let me reshare this out again. I hope this isn't going to be an all-night thing, because it sucks.
Second down, back to Sanders. And he'll be
I forgot what play I picked.
Yardage back at the 40. He'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on third down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Hurts sets up to throw it. Over the middle, it's caught by Rodgers. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
They brought in a heavy set on third down, and that usually means running play, but we have seen them throw out of that formation, and sure enough, they snuck the tight end out on that one, wound up hitting him for a first down.
They'll throw on first down with Hurts. He's going to let this go deep for Jackson. All right, that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by Charvarius Ward. And the Chiefs force the turnover.
There's a flag, though.
They'll take over at their own 27. So a costly penalty yardage-wise as that'll move the football down to the spot of the
Hold on, be right back.
What the officials are looking for in these situations, whether you're playing... man or the ball. And if you're playing the man, you get a lot less leeway in terms of what's going to happen at the end of the play. But if you're looking for the football, it's less likely to draw the flag.
So that's about as long a non-scoring play as you're going to see from inside their own 10 to first. Hurts fumbles it. We hear them discuss red zone efficiency a lot, CD, and they almost gave that one up in the red zone. Luckily, they'll have another shot.
And you and I both know that every offensive coordinator, play caller in the league, they take particular delight in their red zone calls because those are the payoff ones. But you can't call a play.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Charvarius Ward. And the Chiefs are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. What a start defensively. Your offense goes out, gets the touchdown, and then you get the interception. Just perfect.
How about the discipline that they showed on defense? Because after the offense scored to go up 7-zip, you would think they might be a little extra aggressive trying to get back at them. Instead, they read their keys well. When they took the shot downfield, they were more than prepared for that one.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. To the right side, it's Kelsey. And he'll go down at the 26, following a gain of 6. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that. As a linebacker, you're taught to stay just slightly behind the ball carrier just in case he makes a cutback. But when you find the gap, shoot it. And he found it all right. Took it straight into the backfield and made the tackle for a loss.
This one complete to Mecole Hardman. And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. Third down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
And this returnable for Rager. Call that a 41-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay. So that'll back him up 5. Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15. Hurts. Open man, that's Devontae Smith. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
What? No one would have blocked them. Oh, his YouTube good.
Play clock down to 3, and we're going to get a timeout here. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Stop it.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. Only people celebrating? The guys who just gave up that play.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Throwing is Hurts. That is caught. It's the tight end Goddard. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
Normally, you see 3 tight ends in a formation. You have to think to yourself, this has got to be a run. And I know as a safety, when I saw that, I took an extra step or 2 towards the line of scrimmage. Instead, they threw the ball, and he found one of those tight ends for a very nice pickup.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
And in the first quarter here, we got 7-0.
Start of the second quarter, and it's the Eagles in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Hurts a handoff to Sanders. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Charles, when you talk about free safeties, I think one word comes to mind, range. And we saw an example of a rangy free safety right there.
And I have to think that when this play began, the running back thought to himself that this looks promising, but that feeling certainly didn't last very long. Super play defensively to lock in on the best route to his target, and he stopped him for no gain.
2nd down, back to Sanders. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
They have 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw him for a loss.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Mike Hughes. And the Chiefs are going to have it here at their own 15. Well, really not much secret there. 3rd and long, Charles, and he was looking to throw the football. And I would imagine as a defender, you're kind of salivating in that spot, right?
You certainly are, because 3rd and long situations, they tip the scale towards the defense every single time. Now you're actually able to dictate and understand what the offense is trying to do. You know where the first down marker is. You set your defense that way, and maybe you can be a little more aggressive in certain situations because of that. You start focusing on your coverage assignment, and when the ball's released, you break on it and make a play, as we just saw there.
Mahomes now on 1st down. This pass going to be caught by Hardman. And now off to the races down the right side. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Well, we know that he can beat you in a number of ways. He can catch it short, he can take it long, or he can do what we just saw right there, catch it and then run with the football. And plenty to praise on the play, but this is also a bit of a breakdown defensively because you got to be right on him when he makes the catch. Otherwise, he has the ability to really make you pay, and he does right there, picking up excellent real estate after the catch. Extra point by Butker is on target, and it's now 14-0. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. This taken in at the goal line. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. Philadelphia's offense ready to go again. And 2 interceptions thrown here in this first half. You hear it no matter the sport. They say the great athletes, they can kind of have a short-term memory, but that's easier said than done. It is easier said than done, but I played with a guy who threw 2 interceptions in the first quarter of a really big game we were playing. Johnny Unitas? And no, not quite of that level and not of that age. But I remember going for the age. I remember looking over at him, and he was smiling. And I thought, what is he smiling about? It's because he had enough confidence in himself that that was a fluke. And he went out and played pretty well the rest of the day. To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Hurts. Now he'll let it go deep left side. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And the Chiefs will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line. 3 first-half interceptions now. And, Charles, you'd have to think a fair amount of concern is developing over there on that sideline. And there should be, because essentially he's been a little loose and possibly reckless with the football here in the first half. Now, maybe it's not all on him, but still 3 interceptions. That puts the entire team in jeopardy. So the play caller from here on out got to design some throws for him that he can complete, keep it away from the defense, and try and get him back on track. So after the INT, here's Eagle pressure. Too much this time. Down he goes. Sacked by Brandon Graham. He's been doing that since he entered the league in 2010.
Well, that's what they have to do more of defensively. Not just getting sacks, but they have to keep getting in his face. Not let him get his feet set and deliver. He's been carving them up previously.
Yeah, already has a couple of touchdown passes. About time they put a few grass stains on that jersey. Meanwhile, Mahomes' throw pulled in by Robinson here. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. Working from the gun, Mahomes. Now a swing pass. It's Edwards-Helaire. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. They do get 7 out of that, but not enough to prevent a fourth down. Here's Tommy Townsend now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. Here comes Rager. A nice return there of 11 to help mitigate a good punt. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out. And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they? Second down. Here's Hurts. Open man is Goddard, the tight end. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives. From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive.
Need touchdown here, boys.
Back to throw here. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw. He'll get this complete to Jalen Rager. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch. And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch. And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage. They'll fake the give to Sanders, and now Hurts. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And this one almost intercepted. Had a chance to come down with it in the end zone, but could not hang on. They've had multiple opportunities on offense and still haven't scored any points. Felt like they wanted to loosen things up, throw it downfield, and see if maybe they could get a big play and a quick strike. This is Howard on 2nd down. And he won't get much. Maybe a couple. Down inside the 35 to the 34. Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback lane on you. He did that very well. You praised him on tape yesterday for the angles that he takes to the ball. Took a great angle right there. The 25-yard line is what they need here. This is 3rd down. They'll look to throw here. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. It was Frank Clark that time who got in there to bring him down. This offense continues to shoot themselves in the foot. And here, another sack.
All game long, we've seen missed assignments, which have led to turnovers, sacks. This group has not played well at all here in the first half.
And I tell you what, he got it from 58. That had lots of leg behind it. So as it turns out, that sack doesn't wind up costing them, Charles. They at least get points, get 3 of them.
Yeah, that's where your kicker can really come to your rescue, because you know after the sack there was a little consternation there. Are we out of field goal range? Are we going to be able to get 3? In this case, he stepped right up and gave them exactly what they needed.
No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive
We got some points on the board.
25. Set to take over, Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs. And he's been good. 2 first-half touchdown passes, no interceptions so far.
Does a lot for your confidence, does a great deal for your team, gives them a lead, and they're feeling really good about how they're playing. I think he expects to throw at least another one.
I was going to say, now he wants the first-half hat trick, doesn't he?
Oh, without a doubt. Go ahead and fling him on the field, folks. He wants that type of celebration.
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Not the kind of gain that we'll go absolutely crazy for, but it's the kind of gain that you need to have when you're running back in the NFL. And Clyde Edwards-Helaire, with that low center of gravity and strength, he's going to get those tough, gritty yards for you when necessary.
Mahomes taps this forward. It's a jet sweep. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. This defense not fooled one bit on that touch pass.
And this has become one of those kind of in vogue plays, you know, kind of like the shuffle pass was a few years ago. This one never got off the ground, but you understand why a lot of teams are running it. These wide receivers, a lot of them, they've run like running backs with the ball in their hands.
Open man, it's the tight end Kelsey. And all the way inside the 35 before he goes out of bounds. Mahomes finding his tight end Kelsey for a big one, and even 40 yards. 2 minutes on the clock in the second quarter of this Super Bowl. A reminder, coming up at intermission, we'll get highlights of this Super Bowl from Jonathan Coachman and the crew in Orlando for our EA Sports halftime report. Mahomes' throw caught by his receiver Hill. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Operating from the red zone now, Mahomes. He'll drop that off to Edwards-Helaire. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Again, they'll throw with Mahomes. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. From the gun, it's Mahomes. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. Alex Singleton in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to 4th down. They've been moving the ball well offensively, really getting into a groove. Last play, pass completion. Now, finally, the defense gets there.
And you have to find a way to disrupt their rhythm. Do you do it with coverage, or do you do it with pressure? They elected to go with pressure, and it was the right call.
Butker's kick here is good. And they will stretch the lead now to 17-3. Still a little bit of time left here in the second quarter, but they do get 3 before the half and expand that lead.
And they have to be happy about that. And we haven't met a team yet that doesn't put an emphasis on trying to get points on the board in the last 2 minutes of a half. They'll be real excited to have those up on the board.
And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And with 10 seconds left, not really enough time to put something together. And an anxious moment or two there, but they do get him down. So it's halftime here on Sports Grandest. So the halftime show in the Super Bowl abbreviated, ready to go for the second half. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3.
We'll be right back. We're going to take a little break. Okay, we're back.
These two teams sat through a longer than usual 30-minute wait, but we're back in action here in the Super Bowl. Taking it about the 1. Makes it across the 20, and the guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Out come the Eagles now as he'll go on offense first here in the third quarter. And right now, their chances of hoisting that Lombardi trophy not looking too great, but perhaps that long halftime, maybe it did them a world of good.
But if there's ever a chance to regroup, it's in this game, right? Because you do have that long halftime, a chance to really assess things and maybe make some changes and true adjustments. They played great all year long. That was the worst first half of the season for them. They're hoping to put it behind them and come out punching here in the second half. Well, that was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
On first down, Hurts. Airing it out deep for Smith. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. The first half did not go their way, and that's not going to help matters at all. An interception on the opening drive of the third quarter.
Obviously not what they were striving to accomplish. But you know who's really upset on their team? The defense. Already trailing. They're going to be counted on to try and hold that score at least where it is.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down. Mahomes will try again on second down. They'll set up the screen to Edwards-Helaire. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Boy, that was certainly well-read defensively. And the key to any screenplay is space to work. And there was none to be found there. And they tackle it for just a short gain.
He finds Robinson. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
A solid run on first down, gain of 7, leaves them with a 2nd and 3. Edwards-Helaire as they run out of the gun. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. It looks like a loss of right around 11 there on first down to set him back on second. To try again after the sack. Mahomes. He'll swing this one out to Edwards-Helaire. And he's got some space here. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. It's a big play there for the Chiefs.
He was not the primary target. They expected to get the ball downfield. Instead, checked it down. An old coach of mine used to say to us all the time, when they check it down, that should end the down.
And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. Javon Hargrave, the D tackle, getting the sack. A CD, you know, so often we talk about quarterbacks holding on to the ball too long. Well, we can't say that there. He had no time to do much of anything. A shotgun snap and a give to Edwards-Helaire. He was able to pick up 6 yards there, so that leaves him with a 3rd and 13.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive. Because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Looking for the end zone. And that'll be caught. Touchdown.
Oh, yeah, he catches it, but my guy can't.
Demarcus Robinson, 28 yards. And the Chiefs are feeling good as they extend their lead in the Super Bowl. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Philadelphia's offense ready to give us another look. They're down 3 touchdowns to this point, needing to put something together as they have it 1st and 10. Hurts throw here taken in as he's able to find Goddard. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football. Right now, I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
Looking here for Smith downfield. And now here's another
Never fails.
It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And the Chiefs are going to take over at their own 11-yard line. Yes, folks, that is his 3rd interception, and I'm going to use one of the most overused phrases